Good afternoon. My name is Sharonda Odoms, and immediately when I saw the class online, the race, ethnicity, and communication, it kind of appeared to be interesting to me because I felt like it would be covering information more on African Americans as well as Hispanics. I also thought that it would lead into biracial relationships and just basically teach you how to be more effectively in the communication. Now, during the class, the key elements or concepts that stuck out with me was the cultural identity development model, where there were three phases of the cultural identity: the unexamined cultural identity, um, the search of the cultural identity, and the achievements. To me, knowing how different groups from racial identity um, handled different things was a different perspective, or should I say, a different outlook to me as well. A pivotal point for me during this class were the engagement of the discussions, because each discussion, it kind of brought back and it made you think about memories um, when you were growing up, or even during your childhood days. It took me back, some of the discussions took me back as being a little girl, and just hearing about the different disadvantages that African African Americans face, as far as the challenges from everyday life, not being able to get the job opportunities that other races or European um, descendants may have received over an African American. Pretty much the racial profiling that is going on. But taking this course allowed me to see that I could appreciate my culture and realize, just because I am African American, that does not put every black person in the same group. I learned that because we are from different geographical areas, that some things that we learn in our culture are not the same that another person may have learned in their culture. So there is a difference. It was a valuable lesson to me, to really be who I am. And when I try to uh, accommodate to another culture with my cultural norms, I become ineffective. So I have to pretty much be who I am and not try to get overwhelmed with other cultures, because this will cause a cultural norm, which will cause me to be ineffective in my dealings. My thinking about the interracial communication has totally changed, because I know that I can learn by observing others through their interpersonal relationships, or simply by just watching the news media. I'm sorry. You can learn a great deal from that. Now, I have a greater interest in learning more about my culture and not being ashamed of who I really am. Because it seems that sometimes that if you quote unquote hear the statistics that people talk about the world, it pretty much causes a shame of embarrassment of who you are. I also thought that it was very awesome when we did the article as far as on the documentary of the women who were bleaching their skin. It kind of, after looking at that and seeing that people were not comfortable as far as who they were, it gave me more of a confidence and assurance of who I am. Now, the autonomy stage, which the person attempts to interact with the world and communicate with him or herself from a or commune with him or herself from a white non-racist perspective. I totally agree that autonomy is a lifelong process of discovery, recommitment, and social activism, because there is so much more to learn, so much more to gain, and just so much more to learn about my culture and who I am. It has really, really put a drive into me of really learning about my culture, when at some points that I really didn't care, really didn't bother me. I felt like I didn't need to know. But I am very appreciative of this class and the journey that I have gone on, and hope to be able to move forward and share this information with my kids, and that know that we are not all the same, and just know my self-identity of who I am. Thank you. My name is Sharonda Odoms.